Order in the court! Order in the court! It's time for Justice with Sweet James.
All right, well, I guess it's good to be in the mood for the feud when Sweet James Bergener is on the line to tell us about the law and what's important about the law. Everybody knows Sweet James Bergener. They know the dense spirit of justice. They understand his connection to the Petros and Money Show and the Tim Conway Jr. Show on KFI. Sweet James Bergener at 800-881-2021 can solve any and all of your legal issues if an insurance company or anybody owes you money. Call Sweet James. He's a good guy, and he cares about our listeners. First and foremost, Sweet James on Twitter, @SweetJames, got involved a little bit this morning with the, well, Matt, Ronnie Fascio overstepped a little bit.
What happened?
And started talking about owls and how they don't attack people.
Oh, yesterday.
Yeah. And he did that. And then today, this morning, I tweeted out a picture of an owl, looked like a missile, just headed right for somebody's balls. And I tweeted that out, and Ronnie started tweeting or something, and then James tweeted that Ronnie should call him because I'm going to, send an owl after him or something. Is there any legal recourse?
Oh, harassment? You're harassing Ronnie?
Yeah, well, is there such a thing? Could Ronnie say, because I said that owl's going to bite his balls with its beak?
Is that battery?
Yeah, what would that, could Ronnie sue me just for putting that out on Twitter, James?
No, you're fine, Petros. You've got some immunity.
All right, now let's say, Game of Thrones or something, I had a really trained owl, and I sent it after Ronnie's balls. Do you think?
Yeah, you'd have to go down then. Yeah.
Okay, so you would have a case. And hey, Sweet James, why do you sound so good today? Why? Did you get the best bat phone ever? What's going on, Sweet James?
I'm just feeling good.
No, but why do you sound so
like you're sitting in this studio right here with us? Where are you, James?
I'm in studio. I'm actually in another studio.
Whoa, how about that, huh?
Yeah.
We haven't had a guest join us on an ISDN line, from another place.
Since, I think, Chris Landry.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why not. You guys are worth it.
Well, thank you.
You're the best, James.
Sweet James.
No, it's such a pleasure to be on the show with you guys.
Help us out here, James. We do have a couple legal questions for you. First one, actually, for our listeners, those that are struggling with traffic right now, perhaps headed to the airport, be it LAX or SNA or Ontario or Bob Hope or wherever. There's bad weather out east. So it's not like it's any random weekend. This is Thanksgiving weekend. You want to go home, see your family. If they cancel your flight, they often say, "Oh, we'll give you a $100 voucher," or some crap like that. Can they go after these airlines if a holiday weekend gets blown out on them?
Yeah, you can. You can sue. Sure. Now, the question of being victorious is another one.
Okay, so what would your case be?
Yeah, if it's unweather related, you've got a claim. But if it's a weather related delay, you really don't have any standing. The Department of Transportation allows the airline carriers not to reimburse passengers for delays caused by weather or force majeure or acts of God. But if it's due to the fault or delay of the airline, yes, you can be compensated for your delays.
Yeah, there's an act of God clause in my contract, and I never understood what it was and why an act of God would be called into question. But now I understand it a little better. But let's say, so let's just say the airline screws up because they have a mechanical problem or they have a scheduling problem, and that I would have some legal recourse to go after them. And we've all sat on a plane and swore that we were going to sue the airline. And then when we get home, we forget all about it because that horrible time has come and gone. But what's the best, even if they did screw you over royally, you have to sleep in SFO? And I've done that.
That did happen to you.
Twice.
Yeah.
So let's say that they screwed you over that bad. What's the best you can hope for out of an airline? An extra pack of peanuts?
No, here's the thing. If you have a delay and it's cost you a lot of money, you're going to get compensated for that money. Now, here comes the economics of it. You're going to hire an attorney. An attorney might be expensive. Say you're out $500. Well, that attorney's retainer fee might be $1,500. And it just doesn't make sense to hire an attorney. However, the Department of Transportation even recommends small claims. And that's where you represent yourself. And
there we
go. You go in and you present your claim, and the judge will make a decision.
All right. So don't take it. Don't let those airlines put it on you this holiday weekend if it's their fault. Small claims, or if it's a big deal, Sweet James Bergener and
There you
sweetjames.com. Let's go to the Shield. We do a lot of conversation
Like if
with
somebody opens one of the luggage bins and their luggage comes down and turns your head into a taco, you could call Sweet James Bergener
Most definitely.
at 800-881-2021 or sweetjames.com.
To the Shield, James.
The Shield!
The NFL, and the big story is, well, fines and players that make millions upon millions of dollars a year getting levied $100,000 fines for not talking to the media. I'm talking about Marshawn Lynch. His teammates, Doug Baldwin and Richard Sherman, had some fun in their press conference going after the NFL and what looks to be quite the hypocritical positions that they take. Is there anything they can do when Marshawn Lynch is getting fined $100,000 and some dude that tries to take a guy's head off is only getting $10,000? Can they do anything about that?
They can appeal. There is a process in the CBA and that collective bargaining agreement that they're going to go through. But there's not much that they're going to be able to do outside of that. That CBA is not due for renewal until 2020. They really aren't going to be able to do much. But it does point out some of the inconsistencies and some of the priorities of the NFL. So I watched. Did you guys see the interview?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was great.
Yeah. I loved
Brilliant.
it.
Working
But,
in Campbell's soup and beets and, it was great.
Yeah, that was really good. And, there's unfortunately, that's all they're going to be able to do right now is sway that public opinion and put pressure on the NFL. I mean, Goodell has his plate full right now of just all sorts of issues.
What do you do for Thanksgiving, Sweet James? Are you just thankful for that Porsche?
You know what? I have a wonderful Thanksgiving tradition. I have a wonderful meal and buckle my pants. I fall asleep until the manager of the Sizzler wakes me up and kicks me out. You know?
Oh, yeah, Malibu chicken and all that
James.
Jello. Oh, yeah.
Well, he rented a studio, and I haven't heard a voice so smooth since Theo was on the air in the greater Los Angeles area.
Now you're talking.
Theo, the Korean legend.
Looks a little different than you'd think.
Well, hey, so does Sweet James.
Yeah.
He's got a beard, and he's very
thin.
very skinny guy. Fits beautifully into that Porsche and his sweet corner office because he helps people at sweetjames.com and 1-800-881-2021. Sweet James Bergener. There was justice with Sweet James. The dense beard is out. Thank you, James. We'll talk to you soon. Happy Thanksgiving, brother.
Happy Thanksgiving to you and all the listeners. You guys are the best.
All right, there he goes.
You're the best. Thank you, James.
Sweet James Bergener. We'll be right back with our sweet film fight. It's the Petros and Money Show right here on your home of the Dodgers and UCLA football. Big game on Saturday. Big game on Friday.
That's right. There's a big one on Friday.
AM 570 KLAC.